Like, our whole lives are changed, and you could have fixed it with $8. Hello, I am making this video in a last-ditch effort to not have to involve the law into this situation. This is for Amir Bazli, the owner of Million Mile Molders, LLC. I have sent a letter to you, certified mail, that was received last week. I want to say the 31st. Could be incorrect, but I have it because it's certified. I have the information, and I'm sure that you didn't read it. But let me read it for you. And I've tried to find you everywhere. And the people at your store where we purchased this car are usually very rude. Some are nice, but no one's ever helpful. Let me read you this letter I wrote for you. Mr. Bazli, I'm writing to you directly as the owner of Million Mile Motors because your staff is refusing to assist me with a critical legal matter regarding the vehicle I purchased from your lot in Marietta. I am attempting to resolve this amicably, but my patience has been completely exhausted by your dealership's lack of cooperation. My first issue is that we were assured that the registration and tag fees would be paid by your dealership. However, the DMV attempted to charge us $500 for the registration and tag. We had to go home and take the title with us. When I called your dealership to ask about it, they said that they did pay those fees. However, upon looking at the bill of sale, that was false. That weekend, our home burned down, and the title was unfortunately destroyed in a house fire before we could register it in South Carolina. Because the vehicle is still legally in Million Mile Motors' name, your dealership is the only entity that can request the duplicate title. Your staff has constantly refused to help us with getting a duplicate title. It would literally cost you about $8 to replace this. Because the transfer never took place, the vehicle remains legally registered in the name of Million Mile Motors within the Georgia State database. As the legal owner of record, your dealership is the only entity with the legal authority to request a duplicate title from the Georgia Department of Revenue. Your staff has flatly refused to apply for this duplicate, leaving me stranded with a vehicle I cannot legally register, drive, or insure in South Carolina. I understand that a house fire is my personal misfortune. We lost everything, by the way. But your dealership's refusal to execute a basic administrative task to finalize our contract is unacceptable. I am at a point where I absolutely have nothing left to lose. If your dealership continues to refuse to pull this duplicate title, I will have no choice but to let the state resolve it. Your dealership's refusal to help us in this situation has also caused a significant loss in wages. My partner lost his job because the vehicle was no longer legal to drive. I simply request that you provide us with the duplicate title, the $500 refund for what we were told would be going towards the taxes and tags, so that we could get the car legal to drive. The matter is, if it is not initiated with the Georgia DMV within 3 business days of receiving this letter, I will immediately take the following action. Spoiler alert, no one tried to help us, and I even called again to try to get help and was promised that you would get in touch with me, and it never happened. Surety bond claim. I will file a former consumer financial claim filing against Million Mile Motors' $50,000 state surety bond for breach of contract and failure to deliver a valid title. I've already started the process for that, by the way. As soon as I get your registration number back, that's going to happen. Georgia DOR escalation. I will submit Georgia DOR Form T41, report of dealer's failure to submit title application, along with my purchase contract, which will initiate a state investigation into your dealership's title practices. I have already initiated that. State licensing complaint. I will file a former regulatory complaint against your used motor vehicle dealer license through the Georgia Goals portal. That has also been put into motion. The fact that I had to do any of that, this is the last page. I prefer not to damage your business standing or complicate your state licensing over a simple duplicate title request that you could resolve. $8, bro. Please instruct your title clerk to apply for the duplicate Georgia title immediately so we can put this matter to rest. You or your manager can contact me directly at, I'm not putting my number on here, or my email, but we have both signed this. I kept a copy, I sent a copy. This is kind of ridiculous that I have to go through these measures. I hate that I had to be the kind of person to file a complaint, and magistrate court will be the last straw. And since someone did sign for the certified letter, I'm pretty sure that we have a good chance. But more than that, I wanted to appeal to your humane side if it exists. I don't know if you've ever experienced a house fire. We literally lost everything. It was a total loss. And I lost my pet, who was my best friend. Then, my partner losing his job after we had to find a new home because he couldn't drive to work. Horrible. Horrible, horrible. I will pay to boost this post if I do not get any kind of reciprocation. I don't want much. I just want what's owed to us. I just want us to be able to drive a car that we have sitting in our yard that we can't legally drive. That cost over $8,500, and that's not even including the repairs that we had to put in it, which probably equal another $2,000 to $3,000. That if it comes to magistrate court, I will also be requiring payment for. So you could save yourself a lot of time and money. Just $508 for the registration that I was told by your dealership that was paid, and for the duplicate title that I legally cannot get because we don't legally own the car. It's ridiculous. This is so ridiculous. This is bad business. You should feel ashamed of your dealership. And I really hope that this gets out so people can understand what kind of business you're running. It is disappointing. I have facts. I have paperwork to back up everything. You could have just saved us a lot of time. And the people that work at your Marietta your Marietta dealership are just heartless. They don't care. They avoid us. I have recorded conversations with them that they're just so dismissive. They don't care. Like, our whole lives are changed, and you could have fixed it with $8. We were even willing to pay the $500 that your dealership lied about at first. But now, since we have lost wages, we can't afford that. You guys have screwed us. No lube, no consideration. So I hope that you have the day you deserve. And I hope that your dirty money feels really good at the end of the day. Thanks.